2017, when a class 2 student was found murdered inside the school premises in Gurugram, the CBI suspected the involvement of a class 11 student. But the class 11 student till then had not completed the age of 18 years. So can a juvenile be suspected for a heinous crime? This is all what we will be looking in today's video. Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh, and in today's video we will be talking about whether a juvenile can be considered as an adult for committing a heinous crime. So let's see what all we will be looking into today's video. First we will be looking into what is the news, then what the law says about the juvenile, when juvenile is treated as an adult, cases with the Supreme Court, and how the Juvenile Justice Board should take a call whether the juvenile is an adult or not. Then the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Child Act 2015. In the end, we will be looking into a prelims MCQ. This topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, issues related to children and government policies and intervention. From exam perspective, it is important for you to know about that what are the conditions when a juvenile is treated as an adult. So let's go ahead with the news, and this news has been taken from the explained section of Indian Express, and it reads: how should juvenile justice boards decide on whether to try a child of 16 years as an adult? 16 years as an adult. So there are two components. First is how, and then 16 years as an adult. So first is how, second is adult. So let's see what the news is saying. The news is saying that the Supreme Court of India has asked the central government, the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, and the State Commission for Protection of Child Rights to consider issuing guidelines or directions to help the Juvenile Justice Board in determining whether a child of 16 years of age and above can be tried as an adult for a heinous crime. So what are these heinous offenses? These can be murder, extortion, kidnapping, rape. So what the Supreme Court is saying, that the central government should help the Juvenile Justice Board in determining, see this is an important point, in determining that whether a child of 16 years of age and above can be tried as an adult for a heinous offense. See what the law says. According to section 15 of the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act, the child of 16 years of age or above has committed a heinous offense. Then if the person has committed or the child has committed a heinous offense of 16 years of age or above, then there are conditions that the person or the child can be considered as an adult if the crime is heinous. So what are those heinous crimes? Heinous crimes like murder, rape, extortion, kidnapping, for which the minimum punishment is for 7 years. Minimum 7 years imprisonment is given. So what are the conditions that is taken into consideration whether the child can be tried as an adult or not is: first is the child's mental and physical capacity to commit such offense. Second is the ability to understand the consequences of the offense. And third is the circumstances in which the child allegedly committed the offense. So these are the three conditions: mental and physical capacity, consequences of the offense, and the third is the circumstances in which the child committed the offense. And then the assessment whether the child can be treated as an adult or not, or is required to be done within 3 months from the date of first production of the child before the Juvenile Justice Board. It means, like, imagine on this first date the child is projected in front of the Juvenile Justice Board. Then from that date till 3 months period, the assessment needs to be done. And the Juvenile Justice Board can also apart from these three conditions of mental and physical capacity, consequences and circumstances, the Juvenile Justice Board can also consult a practicing professional with a degree in child psychology or psychiatrist. So the Juvenile Justice Board also has been given the provision that they can also consult a psychologist or a psychiatrist to talk to the child or to understand what is the mental status of the child. Then prior to 2015 amendment, it means before the 2015 amendment in the original Juvenile Justice Act, all, notice this word all children below the age of 18 years were treated as juvenile. Before 2015, all the children below the age of 18 years were treated as juveniles. This was also the case with the Nirbhaya case, what happened in the Nirbhaya case also. Then when juvenile is treated as an adult, see, when the juvenile is not treated as an adult and is treated only as juvenile, then the case will remain with the Juvenile Justice Board. But if the juvenile is treated as an adult, then the case would be decided by the children's court, and the case would be given to the children's court, and then children's court will look into it. Then the case will be transferred before the children's court, and the child in conflict with the law can be sent to a place of safety. See, directly if the person or the child has not attained the 18 years of age, it's not that the child will be directly sent to jail. No, the child will first be sent to the place of safety, and until he or she reaches the age of 21 years, then only he or she will be transferred to jail. Then when the trial is going on, then the child will not be sent to jail, then he or she will be sent to a place of safety, and after the child has attained the 21 years of age, then only he or she will be sent to jail. Then the court can also give conditional release. The court can also give conditional release of the child after he attains the age of 21 years. So see, there are certain protections which are given to juvenile, but if the child is treated as an adult, then those protections are taken away. So the protections will be given to juvenile, but the protections will not be given to adult. So what are those protections? See, there are two protections which are given to juvenile but are not given to adult. Those are, first is protection from disqualification, and second protection is erasure of conviction record after a reasonable period. So if the child will be treated as adult, then from disqualification he or she will not get the protection, and the erasure of conviction record would also not be provided to the adult. Then it is that if the juvenile is treated as an adult, then the sentence can be up to life imprisonment, while if the child is treated only as a juvenile and not as an adult, then the maximum sentence is for 3 years, and that too in a special home. So for adult it is up to life imprisonment, while for a juvenile it is up to 3 years. Now let's see the case with the Supreme Court. See, in September 2017, a class 2 student of a prominent school in Gurgaon, then Gurgaon, now Gurugram, was found murdered inside the school washroom, and CBI, which took over the investigation, arrested a student of class 11th at the school for the murder. So the Juvenile Justice Board decided to treat the accused as an adult, but after that the case was transferred to higher judiciary, and it was the higher judiciary asked that how the Juvenile Justice Board decided that whether the person or the child who has been arrested has been treated as an adult, what are the grounds. So after that there was a status quo which was maintained, and the accused has remained in an observation home since his arrest by the CBI. So now what is happening is that how the Juvenile Justice Board should take a call whether the juvenile should be treated as an adult or not. Then considering a child as an adult, the conditions are according to his or her physical maturity, cognitive abilities, and social and emotional competencies. then these things should be taken into consideration that when a juvenile is considered to be an adult. And what the court rejected was, the court rejected that a child has the mental capacity to commit the offense, then he or she has the capacity to understand the consequences of the offense as well. This clause was rejected by the court, that the person can also the person is also aware about the consequences of the offense as well. Then Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act 2015 has replaced the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act 2000. So earlier it was 2000 Act, but it was replaced by 2015. So what the 2015 Act has done is, it has changed the nomenclature from juvenile to child or child in conflict with the law. Then it has also included special provisions to tackle child offenders committing heinous offense in the age group of 16 to 18 years. As I told you earlier also, that before 2015 all the children below the age of 18 was considered as juvenile, but 2015 Act got a special provisions of for children who are between 16 to 18 years of age, that those who are committing the heinous offenses or the heinous crimes can also be considered as adult and can be punished for it. Then the nature of the crime and whether the juvenile should be tried as a minor or a child was to be determined by the Juvenile Justice Board. So a Juvenile Justice Board also came into place after the 2015 Act came into place. Then a separate new chapter on adoption to streamline adoption procedures for an orphan, abandoned and surrendered children also came into place. So a new chapter on adoption to make the adoption procedure a streamlined procedure also came into place. Now the Central Adoption Resource Authority, that is CARA, was granted the statutory status to enable it to perform its functions more effectively. So see, if you are, the 2015 Act has done or has made a lot of changes. The Juvenile Justice the Juvenile Justice Board came into being. Then the special provisions of 16 to 18 years of child who are committing heinous offenses also came into being. Then the nomenclature from juvenile to child or child in conflict with law also came into place, and a new chapter on adoption came. Then CARA was given the statutory status, and after the 2015 Act, Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Amendment Bill 2021 also came into place, and it gave more responsibility to the district magistrate to perform their duties even with more enforcement. So district magistrate have been further empowered to ensure its smooth implementation of the act that is in place. So in the end we will be looking into our prelims MCQ. The Juvenile Justice Board, or talking about a child who has committed a heinous crime, is a very sensitive topic. There are people who are against it while there are people who are in favor of it, but committing a heinous crime in itself is a very grave crime that a person is doing. So this needs to be seen that what happens in future, but the improvements are taking place. So under the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Amendment Bill 2021, who has been given the further responsibility for ensuring the smooth implementation? A is District Magistrate, B Superintendent of Police, that is SP, C is a District Judge, and D is none of the above. You people need to tell me the correct answer in the comment section. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.